Hello, everybody. I would just like to talk about the Knicks and the Giants. I will start out with the Knicks. The New York Knicks are basically, I think right now, they made a big mistake at the end of the year firing Tom Thibodeau, the coach. And I just want to point this out. I think a lot of people are pronouncing his name wrong. I don't think it's Thibodeau. I think it's a silent H. I think it's Thibodeau. It's like a French name or something, or a Cajun name. I don't know. Whatever. But Tom Thibodeau had this team getting better every year. We were in the Eastern Conference Finals. If we would have just made some tweaks like we are this year and just gotten a little bit better, maybe we would have been in the finals next year. And if not, then you fire him. But you give him that one last chance to get into the finals. Because really, I mean, it's not like the Giants coaching situation where you could make a strong case that they should have gone new GM, new coach. But with this situation, the Knicks are now relevant for the first time since I could remember. I mean, even when Carmelo Anthony and what was that guy's name? The guy that forget his name. Well, when they were good about 20 years ago or so, they weren't as good as this team. This team seems a lot better. I mean, we were in the Eastern Conference Finals. Eastern Conference Finals, people. That is phenomenal. I don't know. I mean, you're one step away from the finals. How is that not worthy of keeping your job as the head coach? So that was, I don't agree with that. That being said, this new coach, is his name Brown? I think he has to be given the benefit of the doubt at this point until he doesn't do better than, like, with basically the same team as last year. An Eastern Conference that is weaker, that either players are hurt or left. You gotta figure that the Knicks should be at least better than everybody else in the East with the same team, but they're bringing in new guys from free agency and one guy who they drafted who God knows if he'll even play. But so yeah, I give the new coach the benefit of the doubt, but if he fails to make the playoffs or fails to go deep into the playoffs, then like what was the point, really? We could have kept and if he doesn't better the team in say the next 3 to 4 years, was it worth it to fire Thibodeau? I don't think so. And as for the New York Giants, I feel like the trade they just made with the tight end, Darren Waller, I think it was something that it's like, who cares, right? I mean, he didn't do much with the Giants. He was hurt all the time, and when he was healthy, he wasn't doing anything, and then he blames the Giants for the way they played him. He doesn't seem like a team player. He seems like the kind of guy that's all in it for himself, nobody else. He's not a team player, and it's like we didn't get much for him. We got like a draft pick in the sixth round, but we did add draft capital, obviously, and it's not like we lost somebody that was a big key contributor. The Giants aren't a big tight end team anyway. And Theo Johnson, the tight end we drafted a few years ago or was it last year? that we drafted out of, I think it was 2 years ago, that we drafted out of Penn State. He's really good, and he has potential to be really good. Plus, I wouldn't be surprised to see us make one last free agent move, maybe sign another tight end. Who knows? Might be somebody available, or in a trade, or if not tight end, maybe get a wide receiver. I would like to see us bring back Odell Beckham Jr. I think if we play the cards right and things roll our way, we could be a bubble team or a playoff team. If we did that, you don't have to go far because we weren't expected to. Opening game is Washington Commanders. So that's going to be a tough one to start out with. And it's a tough schedule, but it always is because we are in a tough division. So I feel like if we could come out of the gates, roll in, and beat a team like Washington. Plus, you got to figure Washington was really good last year. Their quarterback was really good, Jaden Daniels. Are they going to come out to that same ferocity and look as good, or are they going to have somewhat of a what's known as a sophomore slump from the quarterback and whatnot? You know, their second year as a decent team. We'll see. I don't want to predict anything. We could lose really badly this year to a lot of teams and be worse than last year. And I think if that's the case, then the coach and GM has to be fired. I mean, that's what I agree with that. Or do you give Dable some time, knowing that he drafted his quarterback, and maybe that's the better route to go. Maybe you go the route of, we drafted our quarterback, let us build him up for at least 3 years. If we don't do something in 3 years, I would say like 3 years tops. If we don't do something big in 3 years with this team, with a new quarterback, with some new tools, we got Abdul Carter, we got Cam Scabadoo or whatever his name is. If we can't do something with the tools we got, plus some good free agency tools, I'd be surprised. And who knows, maybe our starting quarterback to start the year, Russell Wilson, will actually do good. I think a lot of it will come down to health. How healthy is he? How healthy is the offensive line to protect him? And if all goes well, which is a big if, then I think we could be pretty competitive this year. We will see. I was watching, if you go on YouTube, they have you can look at Madden, like simulated games. And they're not from that long ago. They're like from after the draft, but for some reason, they don't have all the drafted players playing. Like, where's Abdul Carter in these games on the line? Where is Scabadoo? Where's all these players that we got in the draft? They do have some games with our young quarterback, but I'm just not seeing like a lot of the other players we got in the draft in these simulated games. So I don't know how much you can go on that and say, hey, that's going to be what the season's going to look like. Our defense is supposed to be much improved. Where was the free agency pickups we picked up? Like the guy from the Dolphins. What was he, safety or something? Where was the defensive end we got from the Cowboys in the Madden simulated game? So I don't know how much you can look at that and really say, hey, that's going to be our team, because they didn't play a lot of unless they figure those guys are going to be backups or something. I don't know. I'll just recap what I said in this video for the Knicks. Big mistake getting rid of Thibodeau, but I'm going to give the new coach the benefit of the doubt. But I do think it was a mistake to get rid of Thibodeau. And as for the Giants, I think the getting rid of Darren Waller was not that big a deal. I mean, it's like, And I think any Dolphins fan that's getting thoughts of, oh, we're getting a great guy to pair with our quarterback. Am I wrong? Was the Dolphins not in the playoffs last year? I don't think they were that good last year. Or if they were in the playoffs, they lost in the first round or something. I don't remember, because I follow the Giants way more. I'm in Florida, but I don't follow the Dolphins like all that much. So I don't think they were a playoff team, and I think a lot of it had to do with Tua being hurt like most of the year. So yeah. I don't look at him going to the Dolphins as being, oh, he's going to be great, Yeah, if you have a decent quarterback throwing to you. Although, I forgot about this. The Dolphins, and I'm segueing into the Dolphins because we traded with them. The Dolphins do have Quinn Ewers. I forgot they drafted him. He was a guy that I thought if the Giants couldn't get anybody else, Quinn Ewers might have been a guy you go for like in the third or fourth round or something. Well, the Dolphins got him in later rounds instead, and I think if he stays healthy, he's going to be really good for them. And then if Tua gets hurt, well, you got Quinn Ewers. So he is young, he is a rookie, so we'll see. But I do feel like possibly Darren Waller's might be damaged goods, washed up. And it is what it is. It is what it is. And they gotta, the Giants gotta just stay healthy, and the Knicks, I think, have to play better than they did this year and previous years. And if they do all that, good things are going to happen. But if the Knicks falter at all, don't make the playoffs, or don't go deep into the playoffs, people are going to be like, wait a minute, Thibodeau had these guys in the Eastern Conference Finals. Okay, so we'll see. Anyway, that's going to be my video for right now. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about this, if you have any opinions on this. But I'm gonna end it here. So have a great night, everybody. Where I live, it is pouring raining. I am expecting a package to arrive. I don't think it's coming by mail. It's a Shein package. I'm hoping it comes soon. It's taking its candy ass time to get here, so to speak. So anyway, have a great night, everyone. Hopefully your weather is better than mine. I hear a tropical storm is going to hit Florida. Is this going to happen on the 4th of July? Are they going to have to postpone the fireworks shows and stuff? Or people going to be shooting them off in the neighborhood? Because I was planning on watching Independence Day, doing the marathon if they have it on TV. Watching Capitol 4th. We're doing a little barbecue. My parents are having ribs. I don't really like ribs that much unless they're baby back. I like baby back ribs. So we're gonna do that. I was gonna have hot dogs and a potato salad, and I was also going to Capitol 4th when that comes on, and then if there's fireworks in the neighborhood, I was gonna check that out too. So anyway, have a great, if you're living in America, if you're an American, or even if you're not, if you're in America, have a great holiday. And if you're not in America, have a great day and weekend and Friday. And may the 4th be with you. Wait, no, what am I thinking? It's not Star Wars. May the Force be with you, and God bless everybody. Thank you. Thank you to my subs. I love you all.